1994. We're gonna keep on doing these movies that we really love. Highlander. Ooh. Oh. Highlander wasn't on my original top 55 list that I'd done.
I know, but there can only be one.
Yeah. But we watched Highlander about a year ago.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I forgot how good that movie
It's a
really
ridiculously
is.
silly... I mean,
It has no business being as good as it is.
I know, it's stupid. I mean, literally, it's a B
It's
movie.
a cheesy B movie.
I mean, it starts off with
A wrestling match.
a wrestling match while a guy is having flashbacks to Braveheart. And, you know, like...
A French guy is having a flashback to being a
Scottish guy,
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, like, the scenes that happen in Scotland in the medieval times are on par with Braveheart. They're as good looking. I mean, like, when you look at Highlander, you see money, which doesn't exist because that movie was done.
That is weird because the Scottish stuff.
Yeah.
The middle-aged stuff.
Yeah, but even like the short
totally...
World War II scene was like amazing.
Oh, don't get me started on the World War II scene. Oh my god, it's
I mean,
so
the movie
great.
is so expansive.
You're alive. Why didn't you die?
Hey, it's a kind of magic.
It's like it's like a history lesson, and it's awesome, and it's done on like, what was it, 6-10 million?
Yeah,
Something.
you know, like some producers' lunch money went into that movie.
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, you go make that funny sword movie.
Yeah.
You know, and it has like Sean Connery in it.
Playing a Spaniard.
Greetings.
Playing a Spaniard from Egypt who has a samurai sword from Japan.
Yeah.
You know, and
If you're ever gonna do a prequel, there you fucking go.
I know, don't make a sequel to Highlander. Literally make the story of the Spaniard.
Haggis?
Yes.
What is haggis?
When you watch Highlander, you will see certain parallels to Terminator.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like almost similar scenes when you have the Kurgan and you have the Terminator, and they both go into a creepy, you know,
Sleazy motel,
and they do the same thing, and one is chasing the other. There can be only one. You have that whole chase thing, but what Highlander had was Queen. Now another movie, Flash Gordon, had Queen as well, but Highlander had.
But to be fair, Flash Gordon had Queen, but Highlander had Queen and Michael Kamen.
Yes.
And that combination is a winner. Holy Christ.
Now I don't remember. Did they make It's a Kind of Magic before the film, or did they make it for the film?
They released it as a soundtrack to Highlander.
Yeah, because I remember the LP my sister bought.
It's you know, like, they made it as a standalone album, but at the same time it was the soundtrack for Highlander.
Because I remember my sister bought the album It's a Kind of Magic, which had those. It was a black album and it had those guys on it.
Yeah.
And but when you opened it on the inside, it had scenes from Highlander in it. And
so
that
it's
was cool.
it's kind of like similar to Michael Jackson's Moonraker, I think.
Moonwalker.
Moonwalker. Sorry.
Moonraker.
Michael Jackson's Moonraker.
I would watch that too.
Yeah, me too.
But
Michael Kamen's score, I didn't even remember how good it was. Not excluding the Queen stuff, because that movie has one of the greatest Queen songs ever made, Princess of the Universe and Who Wants to Live Forever and stuff like that. But excluding those, Michael Kamen does really stupidly good work. The sheer epic quality. You know, like...
But there you can almost hear the first notes to a lot of stuff from Prince of Thieves in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, very, you know, like, that's the precursor to Robin Hood. But yeah, like you said, the movie looks more expensive than it is, and Michael Kamen really helped in that regard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it has this really big. The recording quality of the soundtrack is not that great, but the sheer writing is really big Hollywood epic stuff.
It's a knockout. When you watch it, you don't think it's a B movie.
Yeah, the part where the best part of the soundtrack is where they run at the beach.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on! McCloud, come on! I feel him! Come on! I feel him! Come on, Haggis! McCloud! This is the quickening! Yes!
Everything was simple in the first one because they didn't go into details about what was so, like what was the quickening per se, why were they there, they just were. There was these immortals and they're there just to fight amongst each other until there was one left. And the prize being
mortality.
Mortality. Just you get to live.
Yeah, you get to be a human being.
And then they tweaked it a bit and made it so that you can control minds and some shit. But, it was just mortality. And I thought that was great. And then when I heard they were making Highlander 2, I was like, cool. And then I saw Highlander 2. Oh, by the way, one gripe I've always had when everyone says, like, oh, he's an immortal, he's a Highlander. Highlander actually means you're from the Highlands of Scotland. It doesn't mean you're an immortal. It just means you're a Highlander. So if you call someone who's an immortal a Highlander, they're not Scottish. So, that's my thing. Let's go for a change of pace. Clue.
Okay, Clue. You mean the Tim Curry movie?
Yes.
Huh. I just watched it about a year ago. The same time I watched Highlander, so... Okay. Do elaborate.
Well, Clue's an amazing film when it comes down to comedies or movies based on board games. I think it's the only movie ever based on a board game. And nowadays, when you see Hollywood making movies based on everything from books to comic books to video games to pieces of music to, Disney World rides, you got a movie based on a board game, and a board game like Clue, and it is hilarious. It has so many good actors in it. Unfortunately, most of them are dead now.
Yeah.
And it is just the quality of the writing is great. It's an excellent whodunit. It has a really ingenious device in the end of the movie. And it's just so much fun, and it's almost like watching a play, because it's all about these these different characters interacting with each other, and you're trying to figure out. If you've never played Clue or haven't seen the movie, basically 5 guests get invited to a house.
Look, I demand to know what's going on. Now, why have we all been dragged up here to this horrible place?
Well, I believe we all received a letter. My letter says it will be to your advantage to be present on this date because a Mr. Body will bring to an end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
And there's this dude called Mr. Body who basically reveals to all of them that there's dirt on everyone. And was there money involved?
Of course.
Yeah, there was money involved, and the lights turn out, and then they find him dead. And they try and figure out who killed him, just like in the board game, but then slowly everyone else starts dying too.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then as they're trying to figure out, who the murderer is, the thing just gets out of hand, and it has some hilarious moments in it.
Yeah.
It's a great little film.
It's a great little gem of a film. For me, it's not perfect. I think the whodunit gimmick at the end of the movie makes the movie feel a bit scattered and unfinished. I know the gimmick.
Yeah, but you heard the story behind it.
I know.
No, we should tell the story if they don't know. I mean, the story behind the gimmick in the end, spoiler again, is that they shot 4 different endings.
Yes.
And then they distributed 4 different versions of this film with 4 different endings to different movie theaters. So when people would go and watch this movie and come back and they're like, oh yeah, it was so amazing that this guy, it ended up being her who killed it, or this guy who killed it. And then people started talking together like, no, I watched the version where this person was murdered. So there was actually 4 different endings shown.
Yeah, and that's exactly my beef with the movie. Not for the movie, but the video version of it.
Yeah, they showed all of them.
Yeah, they show all of them like, oh, that didn't happen, this is the real ending. And none of them feel as weighty as they should. They should have done the exact same thing. Make 4 different copies of each film. And just, you need to buy them all if you want to have them all.
Ooh, that'd be creepy.
And if you go rent that from somewhere,
that would have been even better if the 4 different film endings would actually also include 4 different scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
So the actual movie themselves would be different.
Yes. Then I would be totally on board with Steph that this should be on this list, because it's one of the greatest missed opportunities of movie gimmicks ever made. And I'm glad they did it at the cinemas. It worked perfectly. Unfortunately, I was too young to witness this.
Well, we all were, I think.
Yeah.
So, but I still think it's a really good example of, good script writing and good performances.
Really good physical performances, and really well choreographed comedy.
Yes, and an IP based on a board game. It's like, you're playing Buddy Cluedo you're playing Cluedo and like, hey, that'd make a good movie. It's just like if we're playing Kimball, and I'll say, hey, Hungry Hungry Hippo. Yeah. No, I want to see a Hungry Hungry Hippo movie where you have ravaging different colored hippos eating people. Directed by Michael Bay. And they don't look like hippos. They look like some aliens. They were originally supposed to be aliens. But
they had noses now.
They do?
No, but they need to have human noses.
They need to have human noses, and they have to talk with weird teeth. And then the hippos get angry, and then they eat a lot of things. And yes.
Yes.
I want to see that, Michael Bay. You make Hungry Hungry Hippos happen.